Is being recorded.
Hi, Sarah. Can you hear me?
Hi, everybody.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
How's it going? How's it going?
Good.
Okay, my television set is not working. I don't know why.
Oh, after all of that, I'm so
It's all,
sorry.
I know it's all connected, but it's not working. I don't know why.
Oh, man.
Let me see. Turned it on.
There was something about the handrail too. So the aluminum ramp. Set the pavers. And code. Certifying. I know Mike was talking about, I think replacing them with something that wasn't so ugly. More metal? Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen you wearing that. Yeah. Butler. Should go run downstairs. They ran. Oh, yeah, this is to be ends. So this must have been a year to. Yeah. So. How's that new laptop?
It's good. I just gotta figure out how everything works. I
Is that
can't.
an HDMI cord?
Yep,
It plugs in?
got it plugged into. It's plugged into the laptop and the TV.
Great.
I just can't get it to switch. Sarah's there laughing at us. Well,
Yeah.
it's in one.
There we go.
Here. How'd
we
you
go.
get that?
So,
We'll be back, sir. Back. So we go to home
Yep,
and then all the way over to the right.
okay,
And then I go to inputs
yep,
and then HDMI 1.
okay. All right,
There we go.
you're perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, what's going on here? Sarah was talking to us.
I'm still here. Hello.
There we go. We got you back on.
TV and sound.
Yep.
Life is good.
Amazing.
So we're gonna give Mike till 6:30. He's not here, and I'm not a stone guy. So, Mike's the one really to take a look at. I mean, Jared and I looked at it. And it looked pretty good because from what we could see, it had gone back to one solid slab up front.
Oh, good.
Good. I know that Mike was looking for more of an architectural design for the handrail. But I didn't see that. But it may have been discussed, so I don't know.
Okay. There was a question from the architect as to whether you would like the nicer metal railing that Mike had requested. Would you like that to extend the full length of the ramp, or just be
Yeah.
up top?
I would think
The hole for the ramp, I would think.
Okay.
I would think so.
I ended up being stallion on matches.
But again, that, would be a Mike call.
You have Mike's.
But I would think that it would be.
That sounds good.
That's a lot of work in those drawings. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we've been at it for a while.
Yeah, no, that looks great.
Bob,
It's hard
one
to
of the
visualize.
things
When you look at it on a computer, it's hard to see it on the small screen to the level of detail that you need. I mean, you can zoom in, but then you lose the spatial part of it.
yeah, for sure. One of the things, Bob, that we have to figure out for this grant. Sorry, I'm getting some feedback, so I'm speaking slowly because I can hear myself. We have to get you into the gears system because you're the only person who can authorize reimbursement requests from the state.
Okay.
So I'm going to send an email to someone up at the state named Cindy Blondin, and I'm gonna have you looped into that email chain. And we're gonna ask her to get you into the system, which means you'll have to create an account with a password. And then once you're in the system, every time we want to submit a reimbursement request to get the town paid for the work that's being done, I will need you to press a button. The way that we did this with Kelly is that I emailed her instructions every single time, and she followed the instructions and went to the system and did it. It's a bit of a bear. It's not an easy website. And poor Kelly had some brief moments with it. It is the other option here is that I can use your login information with your permission, of course, and just go in and press the buttons on your behalf after I've gotten your authorization to do so. So there's two options. You go in and you do it yourself, or I do it on your behalf. Kelly did it herself. It worked. And previously, Bruce was the person who was overseeing this project, and I would go in on his behalf because he didn't want to mess with gears. So I would just go in and do it for him. Do you have a preference for which direction you'd like to take?
Second option be easier.
Yeah.
Second option?
So I would do it for you?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and then notify us. We get a notice
Right.
anyway, but, yep.
I would definitely reach out to you beforehand, Bob,
Okay.
to make sure that I have your authorization to go in and do this stuff.
Okay.
Okay. They're still going to ask you to do a little bit of admin work up front because you have to create the account and create a password. So once you do that, email me your login information and then we'll go from there. Cool. Thank you.
Michael here. He said, oh, when did they come in?
Sarah dropped them off Thursday.
I think we were.
Were there any red flags that you all saw as you were looking through it?
I think really the only big concerns were making sure the front slab was a full piece, like the hand railing being not so something better to look at.
Not so sterile, aseptic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But other than
Other than that, those are the only two really.
Great.
Concern was more joints, the possibility of water penetration and freeze thaw cycles.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Way it is right now, it holds water there, so it's a big slab.
Yeah.
that doing the froth and watering it.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely easier to look at on here. I tried looking at them on the computer and it was so hard to like on my little phone, you know, I was in there like zooming that.
Oh no. Yeah.
It was pretty difficult.
Is there a time frame to it? How long would this project run?
The planning side of things.
Mm-hmm.
So, we have until June 30th, I believe, to close out the grant.
Okay.
So, closeout takes some time because they require that we do a public hearing. So that'll happen at the beginning of June. We'll notice it at the beginning of June. And I think we talked about having that hearing at the select board meeting. So I'm just recalling our past conversation. So yes, we will have the hearing at the beginning of June. We'll notice it beforehand and I'll work with Cheryl on that. If for some reason we need to extend the grant, there's no problem with doing that. I've gotten time extensions on these grants for other towns.
Okay.
And the only reason I can imagine that would lead us to extension would be if you see something really glaringly wrong with the plans. Or if the ground penetrating radar survey takes longer than expected, but I don't anticipate that's going to be a hang up.
Okay.
The survey, that is.
Yeah. It's right outside.
And that's just to make sure there's no leaks or contaminants.
Well, to see if it's even there.
Oh,
Because nowadays you have to do a certification that it's actually been taken care of. Back then, in 2003, when it was supposed to be removed for the schoolhouse renovation work, they didn't require those. So there's nothing.
So you don't
required.
have to-
We just have a note on the plans saying it was supposed to be removed.
and we don't know.
We don't.
Well, acceptable back then to do what they call an abandoned in place. They would clean it.
Clean it,
Fill
fill it with sand, yeah, and take the fill
Hello there.
pipes. Oops.
Hello there.
Yep.
Hey. Yep, good, how are you? You good?
Yes.
Yeah, there's so much nicer. Yeah. I. Yeah,
Hey,
actually
Mike.
like most of the drawings.
Oh, good. I'm glad they're helpful.
Yeah. I guess very good. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Better. Yeah.
Yeah, would be rotten. in the time.
Change in any curb location, huh? Up front of the stairs.
Hmm.
It's up here.
So right now, the way the doors are, they swing out
Yeah,
and block the ramp,
yeah.
which can be an issue.
Oh, but that's the fire code, that's they have to, everything's something out.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So are they moving the ramp out any from the building? Or are they
That looks like
leaving it?
is, yeah,
It's moving out.
yeah.
But like,
Now, that concrete landing gonna be flush with. Yeah. Set.
It's a little hard to hear, but if there's anything that you're seeing that is a concern, just shout it out for me so I can take notes.
Well, you know, we've been through a bunch of meetings, so,
expecting to see what we've talked about, and it looks that way, of course. But yeah, it always takes a few minutes to absorb a whole set of drawings. And we really should spend, a couple hours on these, and actually we'll take notes and look at them in detail. We could do that now too, if anything comes up. Yeah, it's the new rear stairs, the wider two. The egress to the north. Right. That door over there.
Yeah,
Yeah, much wider, which is nice.
yep.
Really nice when they fly by, everything will be clear.
Mhm.
Near the building. No, it's the back.
That's bad.
Yeah.
This is where we're better.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, there was a couple different variations, and we settled on this just because the roof pitches are all the same. And then carried this piece of roof out to cover the bulkhead, so being all there in the winter. Wire, which is really nice. Siding all matches existing siding, which will keep historic preservation people happy. There's no question about them wanting to see the trim or some of those details, the historic preservation. They gave the letter for that. There.
So there is a page in the packet that has like fasteners, etc., and it says to be revised. And I added a little note in there that he's going to be working with the Section 106 consultant on those.
Okay. Fasteners, huh?
Yeah, if you flip through, I can't remember which page it is, but you'll see some handwritten notes, I think, in there from me.
Yeah, the Portason collaborates, I mentioned before that well, the Bowmill might have some. But there's up in Moortown, Vermont, Hollywood Sawmill, they're still making Portason collaborates, Portason collaborates exactly the same as these are. So we can get the exact same size profile. Okay, I'll look at the fasteners.
This is meaning, that's just what they're just showing you with the
Yeah, the floor level, yeah. Yeah, usually that's not the case. Yeah, it's supposed to be like 18 inches. Yeah, I guess what we're seeing is this, it's the drawing here on A201 on the gable elevation, it's saying second floor, the second floor line lines right up with the bottom of the window. I think you're supposed to have like 18 inches from the floor to the windowsill. So we should look at those elevations. You can see if that line is in fact.
Okay, I'm gonna just make a note here. So this is drawing A201. And the issue is that the second floor line is lining up with the bottom of the window and there should be 18 inches of separation.
I think it was 18 inches, yeah, from the floor to the sill. And then with the residential home, I believe that's what it is, so.
Right, okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you want to be standing inches down here. Yeah. Yeah, I think shingles, shingles are better, it's just like, you know, less mess, less snow build up down here. You know, especially the public didn't want to be using this.
I thought you had mentioned too, you wanted something.
Yeah.
A little
One
more.
of them, yeah. Yeah, the railings are just showing that round tubing for the railing. And what we talked about is the architect, like. I mean, personally, we've got there's a guy, Wildflower. Ironworks, he's over in Ripton. He does all of Middlebury's historic preservation railings on all the historic buildings I've worked on. But the architect mentioned some aluminum products, King, which I'm familiar with, King Architectural, they're aluminum. So I think we should, when we get down to it, we should compare pricing for that, but we certainly don't want just round tubular
Yep.
railings.
Yep.
They just rust out and it's just like,
Try to be.
yeah, it's like we're going all this stuff and replacing everything on the nicer railing system. Yeah.
And Mike, would you like the more historic railing to stretch the entire length of the ramp?
It should be all of it, whatever you do with the railing here, it should make up the
You wouldn't want to put around.
do the whole thing. Yeah,
The whole ramp, okay.
yeah. Yeah, the other thing that's been all the stairs that were involved with it, Millwright College. The early when rails were going in, the early were coring top of the stairs and they were letting them in with lead. And that still lets water in and the steel expands and breaks the stone. So all the stairs now, and it looks like he's got it that way too. All the connections are on the outside of the treads. So they do a piece of flat steel, you do stainless steel anchors on horizontal surface. Sorry, vertical surface. So the water can't settle into the holes and break the stone.
I'll make a note of that, thank you.
Yeah.
That's sure.
Yeah, there's a business page here. Not there.
That's nice. This one does show that one. So
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine, yes. People coming out.
it will be a little more tricky to mount it, you have to mount on the corner.
Yeah, right, so that's exactly, so, in order to mount on the face of this, yeah. And you're actually, because it's right on that point, your anchors are close to the corner, which starts to compromise it,
Turner, and at least quite a bit without a rail, you still have this.
you know. Yeah, I mean, still, it's a high around.
Turner, you're gonna be.
Right. No, this is the right location, that just the ports are gonna have to be tricky because they need to come on the face. Yeah, you could go down, then have the foot come out at 90. Details aren't hard, long to follow. One way or the other. So this is hill 100 grand steps and landing. Pull that whole thing solid concrete.
Well, otherwise you're gonna, if you don't compact it.
Even compacted, you know, so the problem we've had all along is because of joints there, the water gets getting in and then it just moves everything. Yeah, you just do. It's, you know. The tough part is actually when you're forming this is getting all these steps in correctly. The rest of it's much easier. But yeah, you just pour in the steps in, and you can leave them, you know, half, 3/4 below, whatever, kind of get pretty close. And then, yeah, you pour pad first, the whole pad right through. And then you only fall in a lot of masonry, so you build a lot of masonry. And, that's okay, but you can form that all for top.
Solid.
Yeah, you know, I've seen the older stairs, big churches and stuff, strangely enough, we'll just do a slab. They've done individual walls. You catch these, mostly just saving time, saving money. And, so, it's really just a little thing. Then it's just a little never look again. Yeah, 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 we're no longer different there at all, so if the water can get into, we'll start working on something. Yeah, so on A2.1, we're on section H.
A 2.1 section H is in-house.
Yep, and so in the middle of the stairs there, it says cap in place concrete wall in compact structural fill under granite depth and landing. So, the better detail here is you would, there has to be frost walls underneath these walls, which I'm sure that they intended. And then you pour a slab through. And the slab can go right through on top of the frost walls. And then the masonry or concrete then comes up underneath the entire, all of your stone. So there's no stone sitting on crushed fill. It's just an invitation for water. So I mean, I can, if you want to talk to the architect, or I can talk to the architect, and we can go through this detail, but this really should be all cast concrete.
Okay, so it's a little hard to hear, but I think what I'm hearing is that the stone should not be sitting on top of crushed fill.
Correct.
and instead there needs to be poured concrete. Am I hearing that right?
That's right. That's pretty customary. That's pretty standard, really. Is, yeah, frost walls, footings, frost walls. And then the slab interior wise, and then the concrete that comes up underneath the stairs is all solid. That can be masonry as well, but typically it's just all poured, all cast and glazed concrete to pick up the stone. They're all
Okay.
surfaces.
Okay.
And this is the actual stuff.
Right. Yeah, and what I was planning on was, what I was suggesting was, that this slab actually gets, this trim gets cut. And the slab is, slab goes over all of it. So even though it changes the detail, this slab is very hollow there. So there's no joints here. For water to get in.
I think there's also.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. I know we talked about this being able to, that might be this line. There without all one piece. We need to probably to keep the water clean. Getting in. Anyways. Yeah, that's top. It looks like it is here, where this is drawn. Yeah, so. He's got it on the inside of that. There.
That these scenes here.
Yeah, we know that, right? He was it's originally was like maybe it's more pieces out there, at least.
Right.
Yeah, we're trying to reduce that.
Which would make sense, it's like a roof on the, like cat.
It is, yeah, it's like, no matter how good of a job you're doing with joint sealer, so you have a detail of these two units coming together. And sealer, backer rod, and joint sealer. That's a feature. Do it forever. So, yeah, I guess, A2.1, number 2, is a grant step detail. And we had talked about making that whole top landing one piece. And, you've got it grown at 5'7", which is a big piece by 4'6", and setting it inside of the treads. So that would add another 2 feet, that's 11 inches. So 5, 6, 7. So that would be just under 7 feet. It would be so you'd be 7 foot. Five, 5'5". I'm pretty sure that can happen. What it just means is those last 3 treads would have to go out and be sawn. They take that 2 inches off the top of them. They use the height of those become like a riser. And then that whole top landing in one piece. And that number is the top landing will end up being 7'5" by 5'5". And
Or cut these.
Yes,
Yeah.
take our existing pieces, the SAR actually, like say, take 2 1/4 off them. Because we're gonna wanna pitch away. We wanna have, actually, probably will have to 1/2 inch pitch from the building to the outside. All that water we can hit down.
So are the measurements wrong on the plans, Mike?
No, it's just how the detail ended up being drawn.
Okay,
What we talked about was that very top piece is entirely one piece. And even including the treads. So the very top landing. There's no joints in it anywhere. No, right, so the landing, including the treads. So just a quick number they just did is 7'5" by 5'5". And 7'5" is a big enough number. Or an achievable number. But at 7'5", they might want to go 3 inches. Rather than 2 inches thick. And I can confirm that with the people that saw this stuff. When it goes to close to 8 feet, they want thicker. But it's gonna be able to survive the transportation and survive the handling, and once it's in place, it's all good, but. So the thickness will be determined by that.
so they might want to go 3 inches rather than the 2 inches that's currently stated in the plans.
Right, and that's mostly just to survive transportation and handling, get in place. Yeah,
Okay,
2 inches is. I'm pushing your luck.
okay.
That certainly can be handled, in terms of handling it and getting it in place. In some ways, it's a heck of a lot easier because you put your treads in, which are lower, and then that one piece just slides right across everything. Yeah. So railings, we get the cab. It's one. There's 3 things on this. Railings in the front. We got the top cap piece. And then the way the stairs are called out, that needs to change as well. And say if you, I don't have a problem communicating with the architect, and if you want to do a Zoom or a joint call or something, it's all fun.
We have his cell phone. Do you want to like ring him right now? Because he said he'd be on call.
Well,
Well, let's go through a little more, make sure there's nothing else, and make sure we're
Okay.
okay.
Yep.
We talked about, going back to A201, which is the rear elevation. Rear and south wall. Put that back there.
Sorry, it's a little hard to hear, Mike. Can you repeat for me what you're?
A201 on the page.
Yep.
A201.
Yeah.
Okay. So we talked about having some glass in the back door, so when people are coming and going, we can see through and. So, you know, these upper panes in that back doors. Could be glass. In both of them.
So glass in the upper panes of the back door.
Yep, yep.
You're not swinging the door open and
Yeah, either way, there's people, there can be people on both sides, yeah, there's a public want to use these a lot, if it depends. Yeah. So all good. Detail. Yeah, they're just showing that edge should be reinforced. But yeah, this is. Yeah. You're doing. All in piece. Yeah, you're forced to do like an interior to exterior wall, and then you've got some interior wall, we're saying some of the old fashioned stairs, they would actually have. Separate wall systems, so the stair would actually. So, yeah, they wouldn't hang, they go like 4 feet apart. Um. Well. In some ways, it's good because the stairs actually stay dry. If water does get in, it goes through the joints and it's underneath in a cavity. Um. Standard stuff.
doing coffee, is that what you were talking about, so you're running?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, you know, yeah. So it's inside the foundation now. Because the water can't stay in there. So the set of stairs that we'll recall that it's Thunderwood Hall and there's penetration in there that they cut off, the stair is broken. It's an 8-inch thick wall, it's 35 inches tall, and broken halfway through. The water penetrating in it. So we gotta replace both side walls, we're gonna reuse the treads. Replace both side walls because it was top penetrations.
So one material.
Yeah, and that's really just the fabricator, when he fabricates the stairs, and he comes to the site and just, that's the layout. For the rest of this, it's all the standard stuff that's appropriate. That's what it. Speak down. Right, before putting through the next.
Your wall and stuff.
Right, or on top of the wall, let's look that. This wall would be. Can you make in a whole cavity? Stairs. To just. These treads all the way across should be solid. Other than that, I think that's all I can see. I'll read about faster but I'm through. That's later in the game anyway. You know what?
Would it be helpful?
What page
I'm
those
sorry.
fasteners are on? Sorry. Like, you know which page the fasteners are on?
Let me take a look here.
Just a page and they have details.
I think it's in the structural set, which is separate.
Separate, okay.
It's the other big format sheet you got there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on S41. It's calling out all, typical details you would expect. But there's nothing here about fasteners other than the steel fasteners.
What about the previous page, S31?
Yeah, number 12 nail. They were talking about nailing, but that's just standard detail. For historic preservation, in the framing, none of that's gonna change. It's just the exterior fasteners that historic preservation is gonna wanna, be part of. And for the siding, there's, well, what's being used now is stainless steel ring shank siding nails. The older style galvanized siding nails, really strange, on a sunny side of the building. And the nails will actually work their way out of the boards. Very strange how that happens, but it does. And the ring shank nails stop that, so I will probably be okay with that. And the other thing we see that happen with the old steel nails is once they sand the building, they sand it with like a power sander. The heads of the nails all rust.
Yeah.
And they're forever rusting, so. The stainless, I think, is an okay trade-off, so long as we're using the fibers, correct fibers. Probably the same with the corner boards too.
So can you help me summarize that as a comment for Doug on what you're looking for?
Sure. Yeah, so exterior clapboards would have a ring shank, stainless steel ring shank, you know.
A stainless steel ring shank, am I hearing that correctly?
Yeah, ring shank, that's correct.
Okay,
And they really should be hand nailed. Because when the guys are running the air guns, the pressure changes. And often they're actually too much pressure and they're going too deep and they
yep,
would also be hand nailed. Corner boards, they have a slightly larger ring shank nails for corner boards. The 5-quarter corner boards and the rakes.
it was a little hard to hear the last bit, I'm sorry, but can you say that for me again?
Yeah, so for the corner boards, they are 5-quarter, which is, they're slightly over an inch. They're still gonna want to use a ring shank nail for that, a stainless steel ring shank. In some cases, they'll use a galvanized nail. But what historic preservation doesn't want to see is screw heads.
Right,
Torque heads or Phillips or any of that.
right, okay.
Okay. Yeah, and strangely enough, a lot of the carpenters have gone to that. They like using screw guns or air.
Right, okay,
In some cases, doing finish work, they can do a pretty nice job with air nailers. I wouldn't let it happen with the siding.
okay, understood.
Mhm. It stands at the top of the step, should be one piece, yeah. It's known. It is not yet. He's got a note on this. Doug put a note on the drawings about the slab on the stairs.
I put that note on there, yep,
With that.
Sarah did it.
It says
yep,
okay. Yep, that's good. Front door rails. You want a historic style railing, you run the full length of the ramp, and that's always been, yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's aluminum. The thing about the aluminum is actually, it still looks the same. But to find somebody who, aluminum is difficult to weld. So if you're gonna anchor and do side anchors to the stairs, it'd be difficult to find someone to execute that. I would just stick with the regular steel railings and, I can find that, Wildflower, Ironworks, Ripton is a go-to guy for historic preservation, in Addison County.
Wonderful, thank you.
Wonderful, thank you. Yeah.
Should we try to give Doug a call now, Mike?
Yeah, we can, sure. Last name, not last name.
Sarah,
Do you have Doug's last name? I don't have it.
Sarah,
Do I have Doug's what?
What?
last name.
Veman, starting with V as in Victor.
Yeah, I don't have him on the phone. Star. Yeah, hey Doug, it's Mike Aramo here, the group, the select board, we have a meeting going over the drawings. And just had a few suggestions. We got the sticky note about the top of the stairs. And we talked about the railing. Here for a bit longer, they go 236300936. Thank you. Any word on when the septic, I mean, the fuel tank is gonna get looked for?
Yep, so I am waiting on final confirmation that the subcontractor is the appropriate federal SAM.gov registration.
Okay.
So I'm hoping to get that sorted in the next couple days, but it's been hard getting a hold of him.
The snow is mostly clear now. So yeah, the backfield is mostly clear. So,
That's wonderful. Yep. Kelly has already signed the contract.
Yeah.
So once I get their clearance, we should be able to get this moving quickly.
So that holds up funding. Right? Or the grant, thing, we don't have that.
yeah, it's part of it, yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't understand the question. But
There's more just a statement, and we have to do that to move forward. Right?
right, we need their SAM.gov registration before we can move forward. We're not allowed to give money, any of this grant money to any contractor who doesn't have it. They're unfortunately very particular up at ECBP.
Yeah, you take oil tanks and ground before.
So if they find, when they find, or if they find a tank, and it has to be removed. And when they remove that, then there's contamination in the soil. Is the remediation covered, or?
So, yeah, so the question is how we pay for it. There's a little bit of money left in the grant. It's not going to be enough to cover all of it.
Right.
So the request for the balance will have to go up to DEC probably. I can try to look into whether Two Rivers might be able to pay a little bit as well.
Okay.
But technically this site doesn't qualify for our grant funds, so it would be a bit of a stretch to make that work.
Okay.
But if we come to that bridge, we will talk through all the funding options.
That's
I
the
can
worst
help
case
you with.
scenario. Okay.
There's like 11-inch thread. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. That's what they are. They're
So it has to be a minimum of 11 or it has to be,
probably minimum. Yeah.
so it'll still be, it'll still be 12.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, when you're doing something, one thread should sit at least kept on the other. So you can do a sealant joint with sealant.
Yeah.
And then so the water doesn't run backwards and get behind that.
Same with steel before.
Exactly, you want that, and so I don't have those kind of numbers memorized. You don't want to do this detail like this. This is really bad. Even though there's a joint there, that joint eventually can fail. You get any water moving thing. So ideally, you want to get an inch is it's minimum. An inch on it. It is still in the much, but an inch, yeah. And then you can seal that and get a back rod in there and seal it really well. And then because this stair is pitched, everything just keeps. Yeah. Well, I think that's all of the, is there? Is there
Okay.
detail made on siding, on out the siding?
Sorry, can you repeat that for me, Mike? I apologize.
Is there a detail calling out the exterior siding material?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me look.
Oh, sure.
I think the best that you've got, unfortunately, is A 2.0 or A 2.1.
Heating on the front page. Structural, that's be one, heating, building, mural, framing. Things, things, okay.
What type of?
Yeah, I know we talked about Cortison collaboratives as the, for the siding with Doug, but I'm not finding it here.
It's hard for me to understand the first word before collaboratives. Can you say it for me again?
Cortison,
Quarters on.
Thank you. That's it. And that's the one that you can get in Morton, right?
right, that's right.
Yep.
It's Ward Sawmill. Eight oh two, 496, 3581.
802-496-3681.
3581.
3581. Sorry, thank you.
Correct.
If Doug's not available this evening, I'm wondering, Mike, would you feel comfortable with him just calling you back, and talking privately?
Yep.
Okay. And the cell phone number that you left in the voicemail, is that your cell phone?
Yes.
Great.
They were all the details. See. Telling the maps existing. Doesn't say voice on. Yeah. On A201.
Yep.
Yeah. There's details on 1, 3, 5. And on 1 it says spruce clapper on the side. But it doesn't say quarter saw, which is really important.
Okay. So it needs to specify quarter sawn.
Quarter saw and spruce siding, yeah. They also do it's called a resaw spruce, where they take a board, like a 1 by, maybe like a 1x6 board, and they resaw that. But you got clapper, I think the clapper 2 of them, but they're not quarter saw.
Okay.
That's definitely, if it's indeed the floor.
Yeah. That's it.
It's just like that.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a busy door. It's nice to know that someone's not gonna slam into the person. I'm all set. I'm all set.
You're all set?
Mhm.
Okay. Great. Well then, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draft an email with a summary of these comments. And I will send it to Doug and I will CC all of you. And Mike, if I've misreported anything, please chime in. And I will ask Doug to give yourself. How does that sound? Awesome. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Sarah.
Oh, and Jared, Rita asked me to let you know that she's hoping to meet with you on Monday. It sounds like maybe she's been in touch.
Yeah, Monday, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.
You too. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.